Hey everyone, Jeremy Williams here. All right, so this is the audio for the deforestation of in Alabama. All right, so I took this picture of some lily pads that was close to the WMA that I was discussing. Um, all right, so sorry, let me move this real quick. All right, so what's the issue? All right, so this lumber company that has been cutting around around the WMA, and then like the same company approached me and asked for the lumber rights to my wife's property. Well, I did some digging into them, and what I found out is they're notorious for not replacing what's being cut down. They're overcutting, like they have to cut down lanes for their trucks and stuff to come through, and that's not what they're telling everybody. Like they're praying that, or like telling everybody that they're going to just go in chainsaws and they'll have horses, don't drag it out. That's not the case. Like they go in, like they go in, survey the land, and they mark the trees, and then they discuss and then they cut trails for their vehicles to come down there and drag that certain tree or out of the woods. So they're cutting more than what they're saying they are, and that's not okay. Okay. All right. Some of the side effects: carrying out the roads into the WMAs, making a safety issue. The lanes going into a WMA, they're solid dirt, sand, and rock in some places. So if you take a little bit of those away, it's a huge safety issue. I mean, how would you like to come around a curve and seeing this 18 wheeler just coming at you at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning when you're trying to get your deer spot? That's a big safety issue. That truck's gonna run you off the road, and then you're gonna hit a tree or you're gonna mess up your vehicle. And that's just not safe. They're losing biodiversity in the area. They're not select cutting. They're just cutting down wherever they need to, and that's pine trees, hardwood trees, like your oaks and your maples. They're not doing any research. They're just cutting down trees out of a whim. There's I've talked to the main person who owns it. The guy's name is Justin Reed, and there's he got defensive with me when I asked him what was his plan. If there's what kind of trees what kind of trees they were going after. It was just a big deal, and I didn't understand why he's getting so mad, but he kept getting frustrated and just walked off from me. There's erosion in the area that has increased. Um, like I said, like the road like the roads going in they're all sand or dirt or rock. So without any of that topsoil, then the roads wash out and makes it even more dangerous. So all right, so what are some ways to help? You use less paper and other materials that are being made from these trees. Take your own initiative and plant trees in your own area to help combat the rise of the carbon levels. And then the biggest part is get involved. Ask questions. Ask them. If you see some people clear cutting, ask them what their long term plans are. Ask them why they're cutting, who they are, and what's their plan going forward. How they're going to help the land to keep it a sustainable resource for going forward. If they're there just just cut it and get out of there and to incorporate nothing back, you need to tell somebody, because that's illegal, and two, that's not okay. There's a video that I'm gonna play for you guys. Well, some parts of it. Hopefully it'll play. Oh, you gotta love YouTube ads. Okay.
Forests cover about 30% of the planet, and the ecosystems they create play an essential role in supporting life on Earth. But deforestation is clearing Earth's forests on a massive scale, and at the current rate of destruction, the world's rainforests could completely disappear within 100 years.
So I know this is talking about the
Why should we care about deforestation?
the rainforest, but this is for everybody.
Together, forestry and agriculture are responsible for 24% of greenhouse gas emissions, making deforestation a significant contributor to climate change. Deforestation impacts the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere in two ways. First, when trees are felled, they release the carbon they are storing into the atmosphere. Second, trees play a critical role in absorbing the greenhouse gases that fuel global warming. Fewer forests mean larger amounts of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, and increased speed and severity of global warming. In addition to helping regulate the Earth's climate, forests provide habitats for over 80% of the plants and animals that live on land.
All right, that's pretty much what I needed from that video. So basically, like with less trees, like you get you more greenhouse gases that are coming into the atmosphere, and that just speeds up the process of global warming and just makes climate change like even more worse like than it already is. All right, so this is my outgoing slide. How do you, uh, we have to get involved and arm the public with the knowledge of what is the long term effects of letting these lumber companies remain to cut at the pace they have been going. Here's some resources to help. These are resources that are for here in Alabama. These are like the Forestry Commission and the this is the this management of the hardwood forest for like for timber. That's what I use now. That's been tried and true. Like I've used it for almost a year now, and it's like the amount of wild game that we have coming in is fantastic. There's the Longleaf Pine Initiative. I'm gonna be honest. I've only seen like 2 or 3 places that are actually incorporating this, and it's basically just like make sure that the longleaf pine, which is the state tree of Alabama, like little known fact, and just helps with the conservation and the harvesting efforts of the longleaf pine. All right, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys later.